Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial. So today we will be making the beautiful bling bling earrings. So I will show you the technique on a smaller scale earring, and then you can adapt it to whichever size and shape that you like. So to make these beautiful earrings, you will need a few things. So first of all, you will need to choose a perfect form or some sort of connector. So here I have two examples. These are 40mm circles, which are these ones here. But if you don't like big earrings, then you can perfectly choose a smaller ring, or you can choose a different size, a different shape. You can find many different shapes on the PotomacBeads website. And you can then choose whichever shape you like and adapt this design, which is very easy to do and beginner friendly, and you can adapt it to whichever shape you fancy. So you see here, I will shift things around to show you. So the big ones have been done with this, which is 40mm in size. I have a 20mm for comparison, and then for the second pair of earrings, which we will make its mate today on the video, I have this one, which is an oval, and it's a 26mm, I think, in the length, and 13 or 14mm, I believe, in the width. So you have these ones. You have the marquee shape, which is similar in size, but you have the points. You have also these ones. And I have one which is this. This one is 20mm, so it's similar in size to the circle, but it's octagon. 1, 2, 3. No. It's 6 sides. I don't remember how you say hexagon. Yes, that's it. It's an hexagon. And so it's also 20mm in size. So you will need to choose one form. When you have chosen what you like, the size and shape that you like, so we will use this one today, then I will leave you this one so you can look at it and understand what I'm talking about. So you will need an earring hook, or you have another possibility. If you don't want to make it into an earring, you want to turn it into a pendant, you can also do that. So you will need jump rings or a bail of some sort. And a chain or a cording. So the earring hook, if you make earring or a bail or jump ring. You will need seed beads. So I'm using 11 seed beads. These ones are beautiful teal color, and for the big ones I've used the Labrador full. And then you will need some sort of dangles. So here I've used drops, crystal drops, from Potomac also, and in the smaller version I'm using the check glass leaves. So I have 3 of them. You can use just 1, you can use 5. You choose what you want to use. What is very interesting with this design is if you change the size of the seed bead, or the size of the connector, the perfect form, or the colors, or the shape of the dangles, or the number of the dangles. Everything you can change and make that design your own to suit your taste and what you fancy when you make them. So this one is very easy to do, but very interesting because it offers you a lot of possibilities. If you don't want to use drops or leaves or daggers, you can also use tassels or a big bead, a beautiful bead that you like. You have very many possibilities. So let me clear the mat, and I will put the materials we will need for the first step, and then I will show you how to start. So one thing which I forgot to mention is that you will need wire, of course, to wrap your beads around the shape. So I'm using artistic wire in 26 gauge wire. I have a length of about half a wingspan. It's a lot of wire to work with, so if you're not comfortable working with so much wire, you can also take a smaller length and then add it, because the way we will wrap the wire around the form, then if you want to add wire, you can make it so that it's not visible from the front of the earring. So on the back you can add wire and it will not be visible here. So it doesn't matter if you cannot work with such a long piece of wire, you can always cut less and then add it if you need to. So you will need 26 gauge wire. You can also use 24, but bigger than 24, it's not, in my opinion, in my taste, it's not as beautiful, it's not as neat when you do the wrapping. You will also need your regular set of pliers, which is round nose, flat nose, and the cutters. And I will also be using these ones, which are bail making pliers. I will use these ones because you can have the same, you can choose a size of loop and have consistent loops more easily. But if you don't have one of these, you can always use your regular round nose pliers and you get the same result. So what you need to do now, for the first step, you will need your shape, your connector, perfect form, or another type of connector, whichever you like, and you will need your seed beads. That's the first step. So what you need to do is take your 26 gauge wire. I have chosen to use my connector like this, but you can turn it around if you prefer. So I want to use it in this way. I will take my 26 gauge wire and I want my ear wire to be in the middle, approximately in the middle. So what I need to do is go to the side a bit more, not exactly in the middle, and I will wrap my wire 3 or 4 times around my connector. And I will try to make my wraps as close together as I can, but if they're not perfectly close or not close enough, and then I can always use my pliers to adjust. So the first wraps are the most difficult ones, and then it goes smoothly. So I have done, you see, I have done 4 wraps, but they're not completely next to each other. So what I will do is that I will take my flat nose pliers and I will gently make them closer to each other. It's not perfect, but it's all right. We can, when we attach the wire at the end of the earring, we can always adjust things and make them closer together or more apart if we need to. We can make more wraps if we have to. We can take one away. It's okay. So now what I have done is that I have attached my wire to the perfect form. Now it's time to make the bail to attach the ear wire. So you will need either your round nose pliers or the bail making ones if you have them. I will show you with the round nose pliers because I believe not many people have it, the bail making pliers. So what you do is that you see my wire is going outwards like this. So what I need to do is that I take my pliers and I will clip them. So I will choose the size of the loop I want. So I want approximately this size. See? So you will grip the perfect form, and then with the wire you go around the perfect form to form a loop. And then I need to attach this loop around the perfect form. So I'm making my wire go inside the perfect form. Like so. I hope you can see well. And then you wrap it once or twice just to make the wire grip the perfect form. And then you can take away the pliers and adjust if you need. But you need to keep the pliers inside the loop to fix the wire onto the perfect form, because if you take the pliers away immediately, then the loop will not have a good shape. Now that my wire is attached, I can take away the pliers and you see I have my loop to attach my ear wire. Now I can make another loop around. One, oops. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I will make a third pass, like so. And now I have 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. But as you can see, my loop is not in the middle, so I can always scooch the wire to have it precisely. It's not about 1 millimeter, but you see, in the middle. And on this earring, I have made, let me just count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 wraps each time. So now I have only 3, so I need to make at least 3 more. So 1, 2, you see it's a bit much, wire, but it's okay, we'll manage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, sorry, I know I'm not in the frame. I will be back right now. So now I have my 6 wires. I think I will make a 7th, because when I attach the other side here, when we finish the earring, I always have a small piece of wire that I need to tuck in. So I will make a 7th pass, like so. And now I am ready to add the first beads. So now what you need to do, so I have in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 beads on each picot, I think. So I will take 5 seed beads and I will put them on the wire. So let me straighten my wire a bit, like so. And then I will take 5 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let them drop all the way down my wire. And now I can make my picot. So with my fingers, I will give the wire the shape I want, like so. And then, just like I've done here with no beads, I want to attach my wire around the perfect form. So, like so. And you make, how much did I make? 3 times? Yes. So, between each picot, 3 loops of wire around the perfect form. So, 1, 2, and then a third one, like this. You adjust with your fingers if you need to. And then that's what you have. So now what I want to do is pick up one more time 5 seed beads, and I will do it all over again, make the picot and attach the wire. So I will show you one more time. It's difficult working with so much wire. So you take the end of your wire and pick up 1, 2, 3, this one is small, 4 and 5 seed beads. Let them drop until the end of your wire, like this. And then shape your picot, just the shape that you want. And then take your wire around, 1 time, 2 times. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 times. Okay, and you have your second picot. Now what I will do is that I will do a third one, and then I will show you how to make the loops for the dangles. So I'll be back in just a second. Make your third loop and join me, and then I will show you how to make the loops here to attach your dangles. But it's not really difficult. It's exactly the same process as to create the bail here to attach the ear wire. Okay, so as you can see, I have made my 3 loops to attach my dangles. Then I have done my 3 loops with the seed beads to match what I did on the other side. It doesn't have to be exactly at the millimeter, the same exact thing. It doesn't matter. The beauty of these earrings and the beauty of wire is that even if it's not perfect, it's always very elegant and beautiful. So now I have done my 3 wraps here. Hope you can see. So I have attached my last seed bead loop, and now it's time for me to end my wires. But as you can see, I have 3 loops here and 3 loops here, and my wire, I still have a bit of space here. So what I can do is I can just make them a little bit larger. I can adjust. And what I want to do now is cut my wires and end them both on the same side of the perfect form, because that way when I attach my ear wire, I will make sure that the wires are hidden in the back of the earring and not visible from the front. So you choose which side you prefer with your wraps, and then you end your wire. So I will end my wires both on this side. So I have the first one here, which I will take my cutters, and I want to cut as close as I can without marring the wire. Take up the piece to the side, and then I will take my flat nose pliers, chain nose, and I will give it a squeeze. And I want to do the same with this wire, but here I will cut them as close as I can. And I have a fair bit of excess left, so you can cut your wire a bit less, but it's always better to have more than less, because if you like wire, you need to add wire, and I don't like to do that, so I prefer to have too much than too little. So I have cut, and now I will take my flat nose and give it a squeeze. Here you check with your finger that it's not sharp, and now you have the bases done. So mine will face this way, and you see the wires. You don't see the place where I cut my wires and where I ended them. So now I will show you how to create the dangles with the little leaves. So you will need, once more, you will need a 26 gauge wire. So I will show you how to attach the dangles directly on the loops that we made, but you can also make your dangles separately and then use a jump ring to attach them. You can also do that. So I will take the piece of wire that I have, which is very, very long. So I think I will cut it in half. Yeah, I will cut that in half, roughly in the middle. It doesn't need to be perfect. And now I will take my first leaf. So let me scooch this back. I will take my first leaf, pass the wire through, like so, like so, and then bend the wire. So I want to have a fair bit, I'd say 2 to 3 inches of wire. Again, it's better to have too much than too little. And then I want to bend that and make a point, like so. Then I will take my pliers, and I will use the smaller part and wrap around, just so that it will not move. I have made three to four wraps. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be precise. You can make a messy wrap if you want to. And then I will cut this piece of wire. I will use my flat nose to, okay, like so. And now this is what I have. So I just attached the leaf to the wire, and now I will attach this piece to what we just made, the component we just made. So I want to take my round nose pliers this time, and I will grip what I have made, not too tightly because I don't want to mar the wire, but enough that I can hold it. I will bend the wire 45 degrees, I think, 90 degrees, I don't know, I don't remember. It's okay, like this. I want to bend my wire, and then I want to grip here to make a loop, just as if I was making any connector. So I'm making a loop, like so. And before I close my loop, I want to take the end of my wire and my component and get that inside the loop we made, one of the loops we made. So now the component is attached to the dangle. And only now that I have done this, so I hope you can see well. I will try to, no, it's better in my hand. So, like so, that's what we have. See, it's attached. Now I will take once again my round nose pliers, and I will hold the loop, and with the wire I want to wrap around the 3 and 4 wraps that I had already done, and make here a messy wrap because I have a lot of wire, like so. I want to make a messy wrap, and then cut my excess wire, being careful not to cut the loop we just made. Take off the excess wire, and then if you have a sharp end, tuck it in with your chain nose pliers, and there you have your first dangle attached. So now you do the exact same thing with the 2 other leaves, and then the last thing you need to do is to attach the ear wire. So I will show you right now. You take your ear wire, bend it out. Be careful which side you want to attach it, because you don't want to see the end of the wires that you made earlier. Close your ear wire. And then when you have finished your 2 other dangles, the earring is complete. So I will finish the earring and come back to you and show you the final result. So now I have done my 3rd picot, you see, on my finger. And now what I want to do is make 3 loops like this one, so I can attach my dangles later on. So just like I did the first time, I will take my round nose pliers. I will grip here the perfect form with the size loop that I want, and then always holding the pliers in place, I want to attach my wire here around the perfect form, so like this, once and then twice, and then I will do that a 3rd time. So I hope you can see, the lighting is good enough so you can see what I'm doing. With wire it's always difficult to judge. Here I have done my 3rd pass. So as you can see, my wraps are not perfect. It's okay. What I will do is take away the pliers, and then with my nail, so it's not good on the nail, just so you are warned. Here I will adjust. So now I have made one loop. I will do 2 more just in the same fashion, and then continue my wraps with the seed beads, so I can make 3 more, which will bring me on the other side of the earring here, and then I can attach my wires. So I will show you one more time the loop. So you take your round nose pliers, grip the perfect form, go around with your wire, and inside the form to attach the wire like so to the perfect form. Once, twice, and then take away the pliers and do the 3rd wrap. It's easier without the pliers, of course. So like this. I have done my 3rd one, and then you can adjust with your nails if you have to. Now I have my 2nd loop. I will do the 3rd one off camera, and then I will continue and make my 3 loops with the seed beads, and I will meet you there when it's time to finish up with the wire. Okay, so here you have the finished pair of earrings. So you see these are the smaller ones. Now, one thing I wanted to show you before I finish this tutorial is that in the bigger version I have attached one big drop in the middle of the hoop of the form. So I use the exact same technique which I use here to make the bail on the top of the perfect form. In these ones I make the bail on the bottom inside the perfect form. I attach my dangles here, and then I use a jump ring to attach the ear wire, but it's the same exact technique. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you need any of the materials, remember that you can find everything you need on PotomacBeads.com. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon, I hope. Bye, guys. See you later.